Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Anthony Momodu. President Bola Tinubu has revealed that a consensus has been reached on the long-debated new minimum wage between the federal government and organized labor. In his national broadcast to mark the 2024 Democracy Day in Abuja, Tinubu revealed that an executive bill will soon be sent to the National Assembly to formalize the new minimum wage agreement. He stated that both federal government and Labour have negotiated in good faith a new national minimum wage, adding that his administration chose a democratic approach over dictatorship in addressing the demands of Labour. In a related development, President Bola Tinubu has paid a glowing tribute to some media organizations for their fight and doggedness for a return to democracy during the military regime. In his Democracy Day speech, Tinubu also commended some Nigerian journalists alongside some pro-democracy activists who mounted barricades to protest against the military. The president also paid tribute to some leaders and activists who fought against the military and for the return of democracy. Protesters this morning stormed the Ikeja underbridge in Lagos as the country marks the 2024 Democracy Day. This is, however, a heavy security presence as policemen and officials of the Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps are sighted at the venue. The protesters in their numbers chanted solidarity songs as they wielded placards and banners. The National Youth Service Corps says it will prosecute authors of the fake press release making rounds over a glitch that occurred on Saturday, June 8, regarding its registration portal. According to NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations, Eddie Megwa, the registration portal for Batch B prospective course was closed after reaching the maximum number of registrations required for the incoming batch. The Nigerian Data Protection Commission says more than 1,000 financial institutions, schools, insurance companies, and consultancy firms are currently undergoing investigations for various degrees of breaches of citizens' data. The Commission's National Commissioner, Vincent Olatunji, revealed this during an interactive session with journalists to mark the first anniversary of President Bola Tinubu's signing into law of the Nigerian Data Protection Commission Act in Abuja. Olatunji revealed that the 4 major banks and 3 other institutions have faced sanctions and incurred fines totaling 400 million naira for infractions related to breaches of citizens' data. The federal government has warned contractors against not being diligent with projects awarded to them. Minister of Works David Omahi gave the warning at a consultative meeting comprising stakeholders and contractors of road projects in Abuja. Sharon Ajay completes the report.
The minister, while addressing the contractors and stakeholders, says despite the fact that funds are not readily available, the contractors should endeavor to carry on with the project to meet the scheduled time of completion. The minister further reveals that 330 projects of over 260 billion naira have reached 80% completion stage and urged directors under the ministry to ensure that such projects are completed and commissioned.
We had 330 projects that Mr. President approved on an emergency basis, totally over 260 billion. As of today, we have completed over 80% of such projects. We have. And so if we are to ask Mr. President to come over to commission them, nothing else will be done.
David Umahi says the projects without budgetary fundings won't be reviewed, while new projects would be based on current prices. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan has urged President Bola Tinubu's administration to build a democracy that will reduce frictions after elections, describing numerous litigation that follow elections in the country as embarrassing. The former president spoke as the chairman of the Democracy Day public lecture with the theme 25 years of enduring democracy, prospect for the future at the Old Banquet Hall Presidential Villa, Abuja. He noted that in the last 25 years, Nigeria has built an economy that was once the biggest economy in Africa, adding that for democracy to yield dividends, the political actors must change their flamboyant style. The Nigerian Senate has passed the 2024 supplementary bill of 98.5 billion naira for the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The budget approval followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on FCT. Kikelomo Okere has the details.
Presenting the report of the supplementary budget, Senator Osita Ungu justified the 2024 FCT supplementary bill, says the money is needed to develop certain infrastructure in the Federal Capital Territory.
On behalf of the committee, I hereby present the recommendations for the consideration of and passage of the 2024 FCT Statutory Supplementary Appropriation Bill into law.
Before the consideration of the report, Senator representing Federal Capital Territory, Ireti Kingbe, had raised a point of order to officially lay complaint in exclusion from the activities of the Committee on the FCT, of which she is a member. A point of order was noted by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, who further advised her to communicate her complaints and present them before the Senate via the motion in plenary in accordance of the rules of law.
I also want to call to the attention of the Senate that though I am in the Committee of the Federal Capital Territory, whenever critical matters like budget or anything to do with the FCT is being discussed, I am never told. All I see is that it has been brought to the Senate.
A bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Federal Capital Territories Administration Statutory Revenue Fund of the Federal Capital Territory Administration's account, the total sum of 98,500 million. For capital projects for the service of the Federal Capital Territory Abuja for the financial year ending on 31st day of December 2024, third reading taken and passed.
The committee reports, which was approved by the Committee of Supply without opposition from lawmakers, subsequently passed for a third reading when it was put to a vote by the President of the Senate. The 98.5 billion naira approved by the Senate is in addition to 1.2 trillion naira budget passed in March by the National Assembly. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
The House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of Transportation, Saidu Alkali, for questioning over the frequent train mishaps witnessed on the Abuja-Kaduna Railway corridor in recent times. This is sequel to the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance brought to the floor during plenary by the member representing Makarfi Kudan Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, Omar Ajilo. Making reference to Abuja-Kaduna passengers train that has skidded twice in the last 2 weeks with hundreds of passengers on board. Ajilo, a member of the People's Democratic Party, expressed worry over the incident, stating that across the world, rail transportation remains the safest mode of movement. The Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Kemi Nandap, has announced plans to inaugurate a more accessible electronic visa application known as e-visa channel for short visits in line with the Nigerian Visa Policy 2020. Nandap said this in her address delivered at the graduation ceremony of the 12th Command course of the Immigration Command and Staff College in Sokoto. The Comptroller General said the new challenge is designed to streamline visa processes, also foster foreign direct investment while boosting tourism. You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, federal government begins conversion of railway locomotive engines from diesel to compressed natural gas. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the United Nations Security Council has voted to support U.S. proposed Israel-Gaza ceasefire plan. The proposal sets out conditions for a full and complete ceasefire, the release of hostages held by Hamas, the return of dead hostages remains, and the exchange of Palestinian prisoners. 14 of the 15 Security Council members voted in favor of the U.S.-drafted resolution. Russia abstained. The resolution states that Israel has accepted the ceasefire proposal and urges Hamas to agree to it too. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says if a ceasefire plan backed by the U.S. and the United Nations does not progress, Hamas will be to be blamed. Blinken reiterated his call for Hamas to accept the plan as outlined by President Biden 11 days ago. He says it is the responsibility of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar to make this casting vote stating that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had reaffirmed his commitment to the proposal when they held talks in Jerusalem. 4 United States University tutors are in hospital after they were stabbed by an unknown assailant at the public park in China. The Iowa Cornell College instructors were injured in what the school called a serious incident during a daytime visit to the park in the northern province of Jilin. China's foreign ministry says that none of the injured are in life-threatening condition. Russia is reportedly sending thousands of migrants and foreign students to fight alongside its troops in the war against Ukraine for visa renewal. Some European officials have alleged that this is a move by Kremlin to add extra manpower using the tactics first deployed by the Wagner Mercenaries Group. The report stated that Russia has been threatening not to extend the visas of African students and young workers unless they agree to join the military. Malawi's Vice President Saulus Chilima has been killed in a plane crash after searchers located the wreckage of the aircraft in a foggy forest. This was revealed by Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera while addressing the nation. The military plane carrying Chilima, 51, and 9 others disappeared on Monday after it failed to land in the northern city of Muzu due to bad weather and was told to return to the capital, Lilongwe. In business, the federal government has raised the alarm over the renewed smuggling of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, following the massive hike in the pump price of the commodity in neighboring countries. It stated that while the average price of petrol in Nigeria is about 701 naira per litre, the average cost of the product in neighboring countries stands at 1,787 naira per litre, a development that heightened PMS smuggling out of Nigeria in the past 2 weeks. However, Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed this at a press conference in Yola, Adamawa State capital, said Nigeria has to join forces with the Office of the National Security Advisor to tackle the menace. Nigeria's daily crude oil production of 1.9 million barrels per day may deep over growing tension between the Aito Exploration and Production Limited and its host community, Nembe Kingdom, on the OML-29. The Nembe Creek truck line contributes 150,000 barrels per day of the higher grade crude to the daily oil production figures. The crude was formally launched in November last year as Nembe Crude Oil Grade, distinguishing it from the Bonny Light Crude Oil Grade. However, the growing face-off, despite the recent inauguration of Host Community Development Trust of Communities in the Nembe oil fields by Aito, and the engagement of community-nominated diesel contractors. The Dangote refinery says its plan to release premium motor spirit into the market this month will no longer be possible. The president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, told newsmen that the petrol from the 650,000 barrels per day capacity refinery will be out in July. Dangote said this was due to some minor challenges, stating that the product would be out by July 10 to 15. The Central Bank of Nigeria has again reassured the banking public of the safety of their deposits and banking system's resilience. The Apex Bank Acting Director of Corporate Communications Department, Hakama Sidi Ali, gave the assurance in a statement in Abuja. Sidi Ali's statement was a response to concern in some quarters about the stability of some Nigerian banks in the wake of the Heritage Bank PLC's license revocation. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has denied reports that it inflated the subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, by 3.3 trillion naira during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. It stated that its subsidy claims were verifiable, stressing that all relevant records on subsidy had been sent to the agencies in charge. The company, in a statement issued by its spokesperson, Olufumi Soneye, also said it was not aware of any planned audit of its account, as alleged in a report earlier. Amid calls that the Band A tariff hike be reversed, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has approved a new tariff hike for the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. The commission permitted the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company to raise tariff from Band A customers categorized as Maximum Demand 2 Special. Maximum demand customers are consumers that have a load of 45 kVA and above, who also operate and maintain their dedicated transformers from 206 naira per kilowatt hour. This category of customers within the Port Harcourt franchise will now pay 225 naira kilowatts per hour. That's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times Channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching, and see you again.